Yeah, I mean, I feel like throughout the whole game we played with great pace. Honestly, I think that's what kept us in the game. I mean, they're a lot bigger than us, but we play with a lot of pace, so we tired them out.
What was the key in this down the stretch? You guys rebounded well the whole game. It seemed like, but then a couple of those late chances. What was going on in those moments where you just needed that board? Seemed like you couldn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I blame myself. Started with me with that box out with me and Wendell. I got to kind of win that one-on-one. He ended up getting a rebound. They ended up getting momentum. They came down and they got some key rebounds to kind of get some free throws and take away the game.
Finished with 12 assists. Spoke called you underrated playmaker. How much of that is kind of your role in this offense with the guys around you?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of scores around me. They make the game a lot easier for me. I mean, you got guys who can make plays, or you can kind of just get them advantages. Honestly, just one dribble, pass. I mean, get off the ball, and they're gonna make a play. So I got some really good players around me.
Did you learn from some of the good moments in this game? There were a lot that you could take away from this
sure.
as you move forward. It's only mediocre, obviously. But what did you like in particular about the play overall?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I like our pace. Offensively, we moved the ball a lot. We got good shots. We didn't take a lot of bad shots. I think one thing we just got to work on defensively. If we're going to play that fast, we still got to kind of be a defensive-minded team. We can't get away from that just because we're playing fast. We can't let easy buckets go by. It's definitely hard to do to play fast and be one of the best defensive, but that's we've been working all training camp for us, so we got to be better at that.
Coach said no moral victories, but he sees a blueprint for success based on tonight's game. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because we can be one of the fastest playing teams. We got the personnel. We got guys who can make plays. We get off the ball. Guys who can score the ball at will. So, I mean, I think that's our kind of identity, to play faster. But I think, like I said before, defensively, we just got to be better.
Thanks, Davion. Appreciate it.
I just like the way we were moving the ball. Had a heavy emphasis on limiting them to one shot. That we did a good job in those first opening minutes, getting the rebound, securing our defensive possession, and getting out and pushing the pace in transition. Everybody was touching. Everybody was sharing it. The body moving, ball moving. It was some good offense.
So the flip side to that, when you're playing that kind of pace, how difficult is it to get to the defense you want to play? And did you think, for the most part throughout the game, you got to that defense?
I think for the most part we got there. I thought we were wearing on them. I think what got us in a little bit of trouble is the few bad shots that we took in the one pass possessions to a shot, not really being able to get into our offense, and then the turnovers. Some of the careless turnovers, we got to limit those where, we're not being aggressive, but we're just fumbling the ball, losing the ball, trying to make a pass. We got to shore up that area. But I think if we, fix those turnovers and able to get our offense going, we'll be able to get in our defense. But our turnovers and bad shots fueled them in transition, and it's always tough, live ball turnovers, to get back in transition and get our defense set.
Coach said there's no moral victories, and he doesn't want to accept moral victories, but there is a blueprint from success. Can you take positives out of here into Memphis?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't do moral victories either. It's either we win or lose. But every game, whether you win or lose, is going to have things that you did well, things that you can build on, and things you got to get better. Just because if we would have walked out here with a W, it doesn't mean that there's not areas that we need to improve on. But there's definitely an identity that you saw that we were trying to search for and find in the preseason, that we were building it. We probably got 10, 15 minutes in every game, but I thought we did a great job sustaining it. Just a few possessions, when it comes down to a game that close, just a few possessions we need to clean up on, and I think we'll be in good shape.
You guys were able to rebound pretty effectively for the first three quarters, but then you're going to be smaller than a lot of teams that you face this year. How do you overcome that, particularly late in games? And when Tyler comes back, you might go three guards a lot.
Yeah. Mentality, being a more physical team, having an intent to go box out and go secure the rebound. I thought we did a great job the majority of the game. A couple bad bounces, a couple lapses, and probably thinking who's going to get the ball. But I like the intent for the majority of the game. A lot of teams might have sizes on us, but if we box out and take away their ability to jump, contact negates height. So we just got to be the more physical, dominant, mentally focused team to go secure those long rebounds and defensive rebounds.
We saw it in the preseason, so it shouldn't be surprising. But how the comfort level for you to just kind of ease your way in it? It's obviously easier said than done, but tonight with 28, what was it like as far as just being the flow of the offense, being yourself, and having the kind of night you did?
I think just the experience in playing in different roles. I mean, we're with a group of guys whose mentality and focus is about winning, and playing off one another. I think we've done a great job with that. And then just the style of the offense fits my game. I'm a plug-and-play guy. I can play on the ball, off the ball, whatever is needed. Coach Spo did a great job. I think first play of the game, me coming off a pin down. I'm really tough to guard coming out those corners with pin downs and quicks and things like that. So taking advantage of those plays is key for my catch and shoot ability and being able to get downhill. But just playing in that open flow just fits my game perfectly. Then you got guys that can also get into the paint and create, and you're moving without the ball, finding the open daylight, and just lacing it up.
Thanks, Don. Thank you.
I mean, it's a little bit of both. I mean, first of all, it was one hell of a basketball game. Going back and forth. Stylistically, it's slightly different than previous Heat Magic games, but the competitive nature of it was definitely there from both teams, and it really just comes down to a couple different plays. Possession basketball, and you can point to the offensive rebound for sure, but the turnover on the side out of bounds, that was a big one as well. But I'm encouraged by more things than not from this game, and I'm not looking for moral victories. I'm not talking about that at all. But there's definitely things that we can build on and have a game that can win on the road.
Offensively, what did you like? What you guys did the first 3 quarters, and maybe what could you do better?
Yeah, it naturally slows down a little bit in the fourth, but I think that's going to continue to get better. I do. Guys are getting more comfortable. We haven't had a game where we've been able to consistently do it yet, but that's on its way. Through 3 quarters, we put up a good amount of points, and we're doing it in a little bit easier way than we have. Guys are gaining confidence. The ball was moving great. Even there at the end, though, we had some great looks. This whole thing could look different if 2 or 3 of those threes went down. Those were good looks. Or if Norm's call goes a different way, the charge. So it's not just that offensive rebound at the end. It could have been, a few other things like it always can be, at the end of a close game.
Thoughts on Norman Powell's Heat debut?
Very good. He's explosive. You just really like the way he's on the move. He's a moving target. It's tough to get a body on him. He can drive. He obviously can shoot from 3. He just does it in a lot of different ways. I would have liked to have seen that call go a different way. I need to look at that several more times. I thought he eluded that one. And my definition of a charge and their definition is slightly different. But Norm's probably been the most comfortable, from after training camp. But other guys now are starting to get in a rhythm, and hopefully that's going to be a snowball rolling down a hill.
Speaking of that, Davion tied Tim Hardaway's opening night record of 12 assists. Your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, I think this probably, you would have seen this earlier if he wasn't out for that week. He's just, building off of what he did last year. He's really an underrated playmaker. Getting into the paint, he can make threes. He loves to set up guys. It's good to see him back in that kind of form.
Got to a point where it seemed like you couldn't take time off the floor.
Yeah.
Off the bench. What did you like about the game?
Well, yeah, he's been doing that, right? He's earning these minutes, because he brings that downhill force of nature aspect that we need. But defensively, he's settling in right now. He's played some consistent possessions, throughout preseason and tonight. Playing to his strengths more, and he earned those minutes tonight.
You went either or with Bam and Khalil. Was there any thought at the end with their size?
It could have been, but I had Khalil out for too long, and we trusted the group that we had out there in the decision making and all these little nuances. But Khalil will get there. He'll get there. We're gonna continue to fast track him, and then it'll be all hands on deck. That's going to be us at our best when there's multiple guys contributing.
Coach, game 1 of 82, a lot of Heat basketball left. Just talk a little bit about the season ahead and continuing to work.
I mean, that's kind of like broad, but yeah, we'll just we'll gather ourselves, get to Memphis, and we don't want to take too much of a moral victory on this. I just see a blueprint for us, and I think there's some things that are going to get better and better, as we spend more time with each other. But the bottom line is, we got to find a way to get a win, and that's what we'll focus on going into Memphis. All right, appreciate you.